just like drank some up my nose a little bit.
Stop snorting your beer, Jeff.
Hey there, hopheads and beer lovers. Welcome to another episode. I'm Justin.
I'm Jeff, and today we're in Monrovia, California. This is a big location for Hollywood movies, some of which are my favorite, including American Pie, Black Sheep, and more recently, The House with Will Ferrell. Now, we're not shooting a movie, we're at Pacific Plate Brewing Company, and we're gonna try some beers. Justin, you ready to get down?
Let's do it, man. Let's have some beer.
Let's have some beer.
Guys, today's history lesson for Pacific Plate Brewing talks about three different gentlemen. One has a BA in history from UCLA, one has a BA in microcell biology, and another one has a BA in philosophy. What do these three guys have in common? They're all friends. They all brew together. They're home brewers. That's why they opened Pacific Plate in 2013. This place is the smallest licensed brewery in Los Angeles. And you can see, compared to some other breweries, it's like a broom closet. The reason why is because they do one-barrel batches. It's small micro batches, and they're done. Which leads them to a whole bunch of creativity, a lot of ability to play with flavors and experiment with different types of things. And these 8 beers that we're going to try right now are probably going to be some of the great ones that we have, and some beers that are going to be pushing the envelope as far as flavors go. So let's try them right now. Alright guys, my first beer here is going to be the Chavez 62 English Pale Ale. It's 4.9%. It's a hoppy English Pale Ale, and it's brewed in honor of a Monrovian named Chris Shevlin. So, good hoppy Pale Ale. Can't wait to try it, guys. Cheers. So this beer uses 100% English malts, EKG hops, and this thing is a malt monster. It is rich, it is malty, and you get that hoppy finish, but you also get a lot of honey. It is refreshing, especially on a summer day, but it's one of those good English refreshing beers that has a little bit of weight to it. It's not like just drinking water. You know you're drinking a beer when you're drinking this, and you get a little bit of hops with it. Nothing better on a hot day. Nothing better on a cold day. Nothing better on a foggy day. Nothing better on any day.
Alright guys, first up, it's Tall Blonde Hef. This is 4.8% and looks pretty interesting. It's actually got a very light straw color to it, which is not as typical of a Hef. Normally, Hefeweizens have a cloudier color to them. So I'm interested to see what this is like. Let's give it a shot. Cheers. So interesting. So this beer, it has a light body, but it has a heavy body at the same time. It's kind of weird. The initial mouthfeel is thick. It's almost like a syrup. But then when you let it rest on your palate for a little bit, it lightens up and it kind of floats off your palate a little bit. The actual flavor itself, I get a little bit of honey off the aroma, some straw, like some straw malts. It's almost got a little bit of a yeah, it's almost got like a little bit of a farmhouse / saison kind of feel to it too. It's kind of weird because this doesn't, to me it doesn't taste like a hef. It has some hef notes to it, but if you handed this to me and said, what is this beer? I don't know, it's like a hybrid. It's like it's a combination of different beer styles, but what I will say is it's quite enjoyable. 4.8%, pretty damn drinkable. I like it.
Alright guys, so I have here the Tangle and Defenders Steam. It's a California common beer, so those good steam beers that you're thinking. Pangolin refers to a creature that lives in Africa that almost looks kind of like an armadillo. It's poached for its scales and its meat, and a portion of the proceeds from the sale of this beer go to help buying equipment for anti-poaching rangers. So you can help change the world a little bit by drinking your beer. 4.9%. Let's check it out, guys. Cheers. I don't know what it is about steam beers. You just get those nice common feel. This goes above and beyond. It's biscuity, it's malty, it has a little bit of citrusy and floral notes to it, but it's just a very, very drinkable beer. You get the hops, that bitterness right on the back of your throat, and it doesn't last a long time. It's a fantastic beer. It's one of, again, a very drinkable beer, very refreshing, and just something you want to have a bunch of all day long. Well done, guys.
Alright guys, next up is going to be the Nut Brown Ale. This is a 5.5% brown ale. It's been a while since I've had one of these, and I've been crushing on them for quite a while now. So I'm really stoked to try it. Cheers. It's a pretty solid brown ale. It's got some nuttiness to it, not as much as I would like. For me, when it comes to brown ales, one of my favorite things is that like nutty flavor. I don't know what it is about it, but I just love nuts. I just love nuts.
That's what she said.
But when it comes to this brown ale, it's strong in the malts. It's definitely strong in the malts. It's not an overpowering body. I don't feel weighed down by it, but you get the caramel, you get the toffee, you get the biscuit. And for the most part, it's relatively light. I don't feel overwhelmed on my palate by this beer. I would say that if you're a brown ale fan, you would definitely be happy with this. And if you're somebody who hasn't had a brown ale, this is definitely a good one to try.
Are you guys ready? Because I'm gonna love this beer. It's an horchata stout, 5.2%, and we've had a whole bunch of horchata stouts. We've had a whole bunch of, Mexican hot chocolate stouts. But I'm a sucker for these every single time. It's delicious, it's great, and I'm hoping this one will be no exception. Cheers. Right off the aroma, you're getting cinnamon, you're getting the spice. I can't wait. Okay, it's malty. You get a malt presence there, but more than anything, you're getting the cinnamon, you're getting the milk sugar, and you're getting vanilla. And all of those just make a great horchata. You want to have this so much. If you grew up with horchata like I did, this just takes you back to your childhood. It instantly transports you back to, grabbing tacos with your family. And it's so good. So good. And the one thing I want to point out about this, unlike some of the other horchatas that we've had, it doesn't feel artificial. The cinnamon feels authentic, the vanilla feels authentic, the milk sugar and the rice kind of feel authentic. You're getting that good, thick, rich horchata feel when you drink this, and it's a grown-up drink. Don't get me wrong. You feel the alcohol and you feel the malts. Okay, so the next beer up is called Earth Shaker Stout. Now I'll be honest with you, I've had this beer before. I actually had it last week at a beer festival, and this is what got me interested in this brewery. This is an oatmeal stout on nitro, 4.8%, and one of the great things about this beer is this also goes towards anti-poaching fundraising. Now, I already know what this is going to taste like, but I'm excited to try it again, and this time on nitro. So here we go. Cheers.
I'm starting to notice that one thing that I absolutely love about a good stout is when a brewer allows the malts to be the star of the beer. A lot of times I feel like stouts kind of throw in the other flavors to let those take charge, and the malts are kind of like the backup dancer. And in this beer in particular, it's all about the malts. You get that nice, light, oaty, roasty, toasty aroma, and then when you dive in, you're just filled with the chocolate malts and the dark biscuity, like toasty, it warms my soul drinking this beer. It is so enjoyable, so smooth, so light, so drinkable. Most of the time, if I were to drink a stout, this would be more of a winter beer. I feel like this one I could drink all year round. Cheers.
Alright guys, so my final beer here is going to be the Little But Loud. It's 4%, it's a session IPA with grapefruit, and it's double dry hopped with Citra and Mosaic hops. So this sounds like an amazing beer, something unique, especially with a session. I've never seen anything like that being done before, a double dry hop. Let's see how it turns out. Cheers. Oh my god. Just off the aroma, you're getting that hop, that citrusy presence right there. A little bit of floral, a lot of citrus. This is going to be interesting. For all you friends and followers of the hop, this is your drink right here. It's not overly bitter, but you're getting a lot of hop flavor from that double dry hopping. You get the forest, you get the fruit, you're getting a great amount of citrus with the grapefruit. It is not overly strong because it's a session, so it's 4%. It's almost like going down like water, but it's hop juice, it's hop water. If there's one knock against this beer, it has to be the lack of a malt body. I mean, it's a session IPA, it's 4%. You're not getting a lot of body, you're not getting a lot of heft. You need something to balance that out. But that being said, if you love hops, if you love all the stuff that hops give to you in a beer, this is definitely a beer you need to try, because this is a highlight, this is an altar to the hop, and it's really good.
Alright guys, we're down to the final beer, and guess what it is? It's an IPA. This is Pacific Plate's new release. It's a mango IPA. 6.5%, 63 IBUs. I've brewed a mango IPA myself, so I'm kind of curious how theirs compares to mine. I'm ready to learn from the masters, so let's try it out. Cheers. I just like drank some up my nose a little bit.
Stop snorting your beer, Jeff.
Okay. I'm really interested to see what hop varieties they used in this beer. I used Mosaic in mine, and Mosaic, I was told, typically brings out those mango flavors and aromas. I got a little bit of mango on the nose with this one, but when I actually dove into the beer, I couldn't pull mango out of it. There's definitely some tropical notes. I don't know if I would say it's mango though. It's still really good. This has got a solid malty backbone, beautiful bitter flavor, and it finishes pretty nicely too. It still lingers on the tongue, but you're getting those tropical hop bitter notes. So it's still easy to finish. But I don't know. I feel like if you had a mango slice with this, maybe I could pick up some more of that flavor, but I mean, as a mango IPA, I don't know how I feel about it, but as an IPA, quite enjoyable.
Alright guys, so we have a surprise beer. This is the 2nd anniversary Belgian Tripel. It's 10%, it's brewed with kaffir lime leaf, and it's a special for LA Beer Week, which we're just getting the start of. So guys, I love my Belgians. Cheers. All those good triples, you get that sweet, you get the lime. It is definitely one of the sweetest and one of the most refreshing Belgians I've ever had. It's not overly sweet, it's not syrupy, it's not like I want to go take a shot of insulin after this, but it is delicious. It's refreshing, and it's one of those beers, even at 10%, I could have a couple of these and I think I'd be enjoying myself until I, fall flat on my face. But really, really good, really refreshing. Those lime hints from the kaffir lime leaf, definitely a great, great drinking beer.
All right, Justin. Well, we've tried all the beers here at
Yes, we
Pacific
have.
Plate Brewing, and it's time to figure out which ones were our favorites. So I'm gonna ask you first, what was your favorite beer?
Well, guys, it's a hard decision. I mean, if you take a look around this place, it is amazing. They have art from local artists. They have the smallest brewery in LA. There were so many great beers, from the Hef to the IPAs that we had, the Session IPA. All of them were really good, but nothing was just as good as the horchata. I mean, I love this beer when it was cold. We tried it a little bit later when it was warmed up. It was fantastic. You get the smells of cinnamon, you get just the good richness of the milk, the cinnamon, everything that you want out of a horchata stout. I can't think of anything better. I think that's probably the best one we've had of any of those, and that's saying something because we've had a lot of damn good stouts like that. Jeff, what did you think? What was your favorite beer?
Well, here's the thing. Anytime I come to a brewery, of course I'm excited to try their IPAs. I'm a hophead through and through. Every flavor, every aroma, everything that comes out of an IPA, I get excited about. Brown ales, I haven't had one in a while. I've been loving them lately as well, so it was really exciting to have a brown ale as well. But at the end of the day, to be honest with you, I mean, every brewery's different. Everybody's got that one beer that stands out. And just as Justin said, it's the horchata stout, man. This beer just screams craft, artistry, and complexity. When I tried it after Justin had done his review, my initial thought was that I wasn't getting enough complexity out of it. And then my next thought was, let's let this warm up a little bit. And after about 15 or 20 minutes, we let it warm up and tried it, and oh my God, this is a phenomenal beer. This is fantastic. My recommendation to you is if you ever come to Pacific Plate Brewery, you order this beer, it's a regular on the menu, let it sit in a nice little glass like this for about 20 minutes or so, and then try it. And I promise you'll love it.
Or even better, what we've heard from some of the locals, get a growler and take it home. Apparently letting it sit and letting it melt in that little growler overnight should be even better. So I think we may have to take them up on that offer.
All in all, I would say Pacific Plate has had some fantastic beers. They are a small batch brewery, so they are constantly coming out with new styles, new flavors, new variations, new everything. And for that reason, I would say this is a place we're gonna have to visit again very soon, because they're probably gonna have a completely different lineup.
Yeah, this place just pushes the line when it comes to innovation and experimentation, and for that, my hat's off. I mean, who does that? I mean, these guys have cojones the size of pontoons, guys. That's the biggest compliment I can give to these guys. They are pushing the line, they're pushing the border, they're experimenting, and they're making some darn good beer. Granted, they may have a miss every now and then. That's to be expected when you're pushing the line. You never know when you may cross it, when you may go too far, but these guys are doing the Lord's work when it comes to beer. Well done, guys.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
So now you guys have heard all the reviews. Justin and I are gonna enjoy this delicious horchata stout and watch some NBA finals. All right, guys, that's gonna do it here at Pacific Plate Brewing in Monrovia, California. Thank you, Sydney, for your hospitality, and thank you, Pacific Plate. We enjoyed your beer so much. Man, that horchata stout was incredible.
We will definitely be back soon. If you guys like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And let us know down in the comments if you've been to Pacific Plate and what your thoughts are. So until next time, that's Jeff, I'm Justin. We'll see you guys next time on Let's Have Some Beer.